All right, cool. Let's go ahead and run this up. Where we at right now? We at.
What did you send in the group message? What was that
Man.
link? I didn't click it because phone dying.
I'll address it in just a second. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Too Many Ideas Podcast. This is episode 28. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening out there. Remember, like, comment, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff on all of our platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Google. Are we on Amazon? Maybe. I don't know. SoundCloud, that too. Just check us out. We're going to jump right into it. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, but we're going to try to cover everything we need to cover. I'll start with what you was just asking me about. That's a SZA. SZA dropped like a little 3-pack of songs under a different name type shit. And just some she called it random thoughts. Like I think she was just trying to like throw away some shit.
Why under a different name?
I don't know. A lot of people could be. A lot of people were saying it was like kind of like his like Frank's endless shit.
Yeah.
Like something that's what they were making it like comparing it to. Because it kind of sounds like acoustic-y and whatnot, and it's just like it was just random.
Does it sound good?
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
fire.
Yeah, she sounds good as always. But it was just like some little songs, like 3 songs, it's 2 minutes each type shit.
I usually like shit like that, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, I liked it. I listened to like 1 or 2 while we was just sitting here because I had just seen it. But speaking in the TDE, I guess we'll just start with the whole Kendrick shit. He's on his final album with TDE now, and me and Levi was sitting here looking up the fucking name to see about like the meaning behind it. But first I'll just like get into his like letter talking about. I didn't realize he was there for 17 years.
Yeah,
that feels like a really like long time to be like with one label. We talked about that though.
Yeah, just because before he was like actually making buzz, he was still with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that he's doing this. For people that don't know that are watching, TDE is who helped and housed Kendrick Lamar to be who he is today.
Yeah.
Took him in at a very, I won't say early age, but early age to the game of making music.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's announced his departure from that team after this next album. And I'm actually really happy that he's doing this because I feel like there's a lot of people that have these creative agencies or these creative groups that they make that I don't think they're able to tend to it and give it the attention that they need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mostly because of, them still being in a deal themselves and having to take care of other things. So I think this yells that he is going to be taking care of his future business. And I think that's fire.
Yeah. And I'm more so, and I told you this before, I'm happy that it doesn't seem, at least on the outside, like there's any like beef or bad blood, because Top Dog responded and was just like, yeah, Kendrick's leaving, we're happy for him, we're still going to be like supporting him essentially. And I think it's a good thing overall. But just to play devil's advocate, what do you think may have caused this split?
I don't think nothing. I just think that's the kind of guy he is. I mean, he done his due diligence, and honestly, I think the whole TDE is at that point. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Enough.
Like, Schoolboy comes around when he feels like it. Where the fuck is J-Rock? The world will never know. And then like, to some degree, I feel like J-Rock has always been more active than all them niggas.
Low key.
To some degree. Like,
but also, I think TDE is definitely moving towards their newer acts. When you got, and we don't really like keep up with the newer acts as much because I'm not there with that music yet. But like Sir, he's very popular. Yeah. Reason is very popular. He's on TDE. I think there's like one more guy. I can't really.
Yeah, I mean,
right now.
I think this is how it should go. You do your time and you guys come to a middle ground and go your separate ways instead of this whole bash. And I feel like I would not be surprised if SZA announces it as well in the next early years, not just because it's SZA, but I think she's kind of like been showing phases and glimpses of like trying to just really do her own thing at her own time, which I guess we'll see how it affects her, and I think we'll see how it affects Kendrick Lamar as well, because to some degree these labels do keep on these artists to actually make and drop music, you know. So
I like what Top Dog said about it in the sense that he was saying like, we raised up Kendrick and this generation of like talent or whatever, and now we're moving to the next generation.
Yeah.
And they're kind of gonna, move to like their next people of like I was saying, like Reason and whoever else. And I kind of like that because I feel like that's not really what labels do. They kind of just like once they get someone, they trying to lock them in for forever.
But like I said, like for the viewers that don't know, TDE was really a family. I think they still are.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And so it's kind of when they're going their separate ways, it's genuine. Like we want the best for you and your growth. We'll see though, because I do think this will have some ripple effects throughout TDE. I think we may see some things, we may not.
Ripple effects how? Like other people leaving?
Yeah. And not just other people leaving, but maybe storming out. Like, oh, Kendrick was offered that. Because we're looking at that as like, okay, this was 1, 2, 3. But it could have been more of a, somewhat of a battle.
Yeah.
Or a feud to get there, And the only reason why I'm saying that is I'm just going off of what SZA said before she's dropped. Every time she like wants to drop something, it's always a battle.
Yeah.
And she makes it very clear on Twitter. Very clear. Someone, I think she said it in her Current Frost interview about how she kind of does some things that she doesn't like to do, musically and stuff like that. But to some degree, that is labels jobs, and even friend or family or not, that's their jobs.
You can't really get past that. But outside of her, who else would really like want to leave? You think or
I can see
would even because for me it's just like J-Rock and Schoolboy.
That's my point.
That's my point. They're not doing much.
That's my point. Why
would you think that's a TDE thing?
No, it's dumb. Well, wouldn't you rather leave and get your money directly more to you, than anything?
Oh well, yeah, I guess so.
Because Schoolboy, imagine if Schoolboy did his tour and it's coming to him, and it's not like they're like Kanye's or Drake's where it's like 24/7 going crazy working on something. When they're in the right mindset, I would assume they make their music and they live their lives. So I just feel like I'm not nowhere near the stature of them as an artist, so I'm not sure if it's that easy. But I would assume it may work out better for them when they're ready. They drop, they make their money, and they go back to where they want to do, and then they just basically clocking in when they feel like it.
Yeah.
Versus like other artists that's on these bigger, like you said, like a Kanye that's on this machine. Like he said it before, he loses money now at this point with doing albums. Yeah. So it's like. They're not that, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to be with nobody, with these contracts. So I can see it. I can see it being a thing. Or maybe even like Schoolboy starting something underneath TDE. I could just see them just growing, business wise and continuing to take care of their family and things they care about.
Yeah, that's the thing. I could see. I don't know if I could see Schoolboy starting like a sub label type of thing, but I could see him going in a completely different direction, like with outside of music type shit. Yeah. Like for Kendrick, it seems like he's starting up his own creative hub label.
Yeah, what was it called
agency,
again? I forgot.
PG Lang.
PG Lang,
yeah. And he's starting because a lot of that promotion stuff, it was for other stuff besides music, but it was based around musical artists. Yeah. So him and Baby Keem and
Brent
Faiyaz. Yeah, Brent Faiyaz, and then Georgia Smith is with that too,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So, a tidbit on the Oklahoma thing. Me and Levi looked it up, and basically it means arrowing, which is like essentially like a painful thing happening to you in life kind of thing. So it seems like just based off the name and off of this letter, since he was talking about love, loss, and grief have disturbed my comfort zone, et cetera, that maybe this is a very introspective, shit has been going on in his life, and that's why we haven't heard from him kind of thing. And he's always been kind of a recluse, like all on his own kind of thing. But for me, it's felt like longer than usual. And with this coming out, almost like confirms to me that he's been like dealing with something.
I mean, I think, everybody goes through life. I'm not down.
Didn't he start a family too?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't think, I'm not downplaying or comparing Kendrick or anyone's life together, but it's like, how can I put this? I think it will always hit harder the moment you start to be reclusive, because it's like, you want to handle this. You know what I mean? Like, if I go through an issue knowing and telling myself, I'm not sure if Kendrick did this, it's just my assumption. Yeah. If I'm going through life, I'm like, nah, I want to handle this. I'm putting away my phone. I'm putting away this. I think it hits a lot harder, personally. This is just
for other people.
Yeah, like, not other people. I'm saying you as a person. So let's say you're going through whatever you're going through, family, life, girlfriend, whatever. But as you being yourself, like, okay, I don't want to use Instagram. I don't want to use Twitter. It's just me and that person. I think that hits harder because you're putting all these things aside to figure out and make yourself a better person. So that's really what I got from this was like, I went months without my phone. blocked out the world and I've put in front of me what I want to care about. And I feel like when you do things like that, and it's great intentions, but I think that it will hit harder to you and it'll be harder to kind of like grasp everything because it's like, hey, I'm not sure if this is true. This is just my assumption. Like, hey, I've put music aside.
Yeah.
You know, I've put all these distractions that some may call it aside, and I want to focus on X, Y, and Z. So when X, Y, and Z kind of hits the fan, or even maybe now that might be too much pressure for X, Y, and Z, it kind of, to me, I would assume hits harder on that person, said Kendrick, you know? And that's what I got from this. Like, throughout the time of my music, without my music, I should say, I put my phone down, did this and the third, and life hits him and it grows, and like, he's just learning as a person. I think that's where I relate to him, because I feel like I love the fact that even with all this being said and done, it's like, hey, you guys may have thought I've left or I'm not around or whatever, but I took the time out to worry about myself, and I'm going to drop this album, my last album with TDE, to now, to some degree, which I think you can say we're about to see a new Kendrick. May it be in the form of a CEO, maybe. Yeah. Maybe in the form of a creative director, maybe. But I like this. I really do. I feel like it's like...
I like it too.
Here's me, and now it's my new chapter. And so I'm excited for him.
I feel like I find a lot... He said it right there. Like, there's beauty in completion. Like, things ending... A lot of people take that as like a bad thing or a bad situation, but a lot of times you can really see the good in something ending and just being able to sprout new life into something else. Yeah. And that's what I feel like he's doing. And it's definitely positive. I hope that same kind of situation with anybody else who may want to leave TDE or is leaving TDE down the line, SZA, whoever, kind of get the same opportunity. Because maybe he might have struggled to do it, but at the end of the day, he's doing it. And it doesn't seem like anybody's mad that he's doing it, at least like outwardly. You know, they're trying to keep a positive outlook on it, which is good. So I feel good for Kendrick, and I'm excited to hear whatever this album is about to sound like. I'm not sure if I've heard anything from him recently that I really like was in love with or anything. Because I don't know. Did you hear the Baby Keem snippet? Him and Baby Keem is called Vent, and it's more of a.
I heard Baby Keem's part in here, Kendrick's.
Yeah, because they sound so damn similar on that song.
Like, because when I clicked it, it was like a 15-second thing. I didn't watch it.
No. See, they have the whole song on YouTube.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's him and they're going back and forth, and they really sound exactly like identical. I could barely tell the difference in them, except for that their voice inflections are a little bit different. Kendrick has a little bit of a deeper voice than Baby Keem does. So that's how I could tell it was different. I don't know. I ain't really like it like that. Not even like Baby Keem's part either, but it was a little bit better for him than it was for Kendrick. But I don't expect this album to sound anything like that, because that song sounded like super fun and upbeat and all that kind of stuff. And this does not give me fun or upbeat or anything. So I guess we'll just see how it turns out. People are saying that... this album is dropping sooner than we think. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I can see it. I think that's what I was saying. I think this is like, here's this, so I can roll X, Y, and Z out. Like this was
before the year's out type shit.
Yeah, this was the sum, which is a short summary, but this is the summary of what he's been through. I'm just letting you guys somewhat understand, you know, and some answers to your questions, literally some.
So this album is done already.
And yeah, most definitely. Yeah, this is completely done. Like, this is literally, like I said, the introduction to something new. Like, bam, here it is. Here's what you guys been wanting, an album, and now I'm on to what I've been trying to work on and what I've learned, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah. I definitely think so. I'm excited for PG Lane. I'm excited to see, like, that's why, like, when you started discussing the Yeezy sound and all that shit, I was really, like, becoming, like, a fanboy, because I'm, like, I've always liked when artists actually take the time out to develop or help or whatever their ideals are outside of making music, you know. With Donda, excuse me, Donda's been a creative agency for years.
Yeah.
That's where Virgil was. You feel me? Like, he's been working under Donda for forever.
Yeah.
So to not hear the album Donda, I'm excited. Finally, you know, something came from it. Yeezy Sound, same thing with that. I thought that shit was gonna get scrapped. Like, when you brought it back up, I was like, oh yeah, I did see that. But knowing Kanye is like, that's just never gonna happen. But you know.
But did you listen to his first Yeezy Sound artist? Did you listen to the project?
Listen to Casey Pluto.
No, not Casey.
You're talking about the dude? Yeah, I didn't listen to the group. No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I didn't. And speaking of that, just a little side note, I didn't know
Casey have a project.
No, he dropped the song recently.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
People are starting to get upset with him because he was trolling for so long. So like that song that he did drop, I guess people may not care about no more. I don't know. But I didn't know he was on the original version of Hurricane.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not know that. So he was the ones in the background with the highs and shit.
So there's so many versions of that goddamn song. So it was first Clemens, and then it was Casey Pluto, and then
what was the version we heard exactly on Instagram? Was that not Kanye and somebody else?
Which version exactly on Instagram?
80 degrees, that one.
That was Ant Clemens. The first version, that was Ant Clemens. Definitely Ant Clemens.
Okay, so no Kanye was on that. I swore I heard Kanye. I had this other tripping.
No, Kanye was on that. He was on the wait, fuck, no, he wasn't. No, I don't fucking know.
You're right, because at this point, I don't know what was the Instagram version, so
I don't know. I can't keep up with these different versions and shit. I really can't. Like, I think it was. I know Ant Clemens was on the first version, and I know Casey Pluto wasn't on the version until like it got like Thug and Baby and Big Sean. That version that had them on it. He was honestly, on that one.
Damn, it's been so long. I honestly forgot about that version. I get where we're going now. I get it. Yeah.
That's the best version. The 9-minute long shit. Yeah, that's the best version. Like that shit's never dropping, but it was the best version.
Yeah, Big Sean feature was so random, but Kanye is really good at that whole like piece and putting things together. Like it's just fire. I want that version as well. I still want City in the Sky. That song is like 10 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever. Yeah. Fire. And I think that fits down though, by the way.
It does. It definitely does. Like Kanye will always like put some puzzle pieces together and then never finish the puzzle.
And the thing it'd be literally just one last piece, and that's just putting it on streaming service. That's it.
Yeah. All you gotta do is put it out. Like you don't have to change nothing. You don't have to make shit. Mike Dean is done. Like just put the shit out. Like
what other topics we talking about? What were you trying to get into, man?
I wanted to get into Trippie Redd, but not necessarily like the project and the whole jokes and memes about the project, but him as an artist overall. Because we talked about.
I was thinking about bringing it up in the next episode, but I got it.
Yeah, we talked about Schoolboy Q, and I feel like Trippie kind of fits into that same mold, but he's a much bigger version. He's a much more popular
I was talking about this with
of a nigga that kind of like stays in his own lane and like succeeds in his own lane, and to the point where. Because when I listened to this album, right, the first thing that I thought of was like, oh, Trippie is about to be on all these festivals, and this all sounds like festival music, you know. And I feel like he caters to his audience, his crowd, probably one of the best to do that as far as like a specific brand, genre, whatever you want to put him into. But he really like caters to what his fans want, his fan base, cult fan base, however you want to describe it. And I just feel like when you look at him and his contemporaries from where they started to where they are now, I wouldn't have said that he would have been the farthest, but to me, he really is like the farthest.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 22, 21.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. He's been famous since 17. I told Jodo this. I said Trippie Redd's the new Chief Keef. We're only not saying that because he's not like, he didn't make a I don't like. That's literally it.
And that's the thing. Like, he hasn't made like revolutionary music or anything.
I think so.
But
definitely think so. I don't think he's called.
What would you call his revolutionary?
Sick. I think Trippie Redd, like, I think it's kind of contradicting to say he's running his own lane and then say he's not revolutionary music. I don't think he's caught a single hit, like a Trippie Redd song with nobody on it that is absolutely fire. I don't think he's done that yet, but I think his music is definitely revolutionary in its own right.
I guess we're saying when revolutionary might not be the right word, but yeah, he's 22.
That's fire. How long has this nigga been famous? Like, at least 6 years. At least.
It's been a long time.
Like, we're giving him, he's been famous for at least 6 years, bro. Like, the only thing I'm worried about is his health. I just want him to stay healthy and live long. That's it. Like, he has a great career ahead of him because everything we say about, like, you know, Olivia, Billy, all applies to him as well. He's just that young. And he's just that big, you know, so.
And he's already made a few different, like, pop crossovers. That's another thing about him. Like, he can, being 22 is crazy. I didn't realize he was still that young.
Yeah, bro, he
can
phenomenal.
Go anywhere with that shit.
Like, I was telling Colin, like, I'm not, like, the hugest, don't want to make that, like, you know, a bad thing. I'm not a fanboy of Trippie by no means, but, like.
Yeah, me neither.
Life's a Trip is his best project to me. I love that album. I can listen to it any time of the day.
Yeah.
But, I really appreciate what he's doing because I feel like when you work with Trippie, you're stepping into his world. Is that the end? You're hopping on a Trippie song. It's not Trippie, oh, let me get a Drake type beat or no, it's you're hopping on a Trippie song. Trippie's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants. And I appreciate that. I love that as an artist, and even seeing that as a fan, someone that likes his music and can listen to it in the passing. But like I was telling Colin in the car, I'm like you kind of said, just to initiate the whole conversation, he literally is in his own world. Like, his own world. You can make fun of the beats, you can make fun of this and the third. It is selling well. He is doing great. And everybody at least stops and listens. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm not a fanboy, I wouldn't say, but I definitely keep up. You know, okay, what Trippy drop? Let's see what's good with this. The Uzi song was cool. I'm not going to touch too much on the album because I didn't finish it yet. But the Uzi song was cool, of course. Of course, everyone heard the Drake song, which I think was a great ploy. May have been from Drake, may have been from Trippy, but that definitely gonna shoot up his streaming and all his numbers. Fire.
So the song came out.
Yeah, it's out.
It's out. Okay.
It's out. Yeah, it came out like the day after the album.
Oh, okay.
Late night. And so I think the theory behind that is that Drake redid that verse and was like, "Yo, Trippy, I'm gonna go for Kanye on this." And like, why the fuck not? Why would Trippy say no? Like, it's gonna only help him. So that song's probably doing fucking great numbers. Yeah, I like it. I'm not gonna rate the album or anything. Like I said, I'm not done, and I don't even. Trippy's one of those people I would never probably rate an album because it's like, which this is what I think music is going to, which is a different discussion. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I think he literally just makes music. That's it. Like, he literally just hops in like, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want. Like, there's no like.
I don't know what that means.
Like, there's no like, oh, I want to be creative, or it has to sound so different. Or it's like, no, like, I like what I like, and my fans like that as well. Like, I really think he's like this. Like, he just, that fan base of him is just it's kind of like Tyler. Like, whatever Tyler does, once it's in his realm, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. That's basically what I'm saying. Does that make any sense? You look confused.
A little bit. Like, so,
okay.
So you basically saying like you can't rate the album because it's not like good or bad. It just is what it is.
I mean, that's how I look at Trippy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's just a good artist all around. Of course, if I had to be a critique ass nigga, I'd be like, I wish he would sing more. I wish he would sound like Life's a Trip more. But to me, he's just making music. To this whole album literally sounded like one sounded, right? Everybody wanted to make the memes and jokes, correct?
Yeah.
But to me, no one's doing that sound, correct? Trippy and Uzi kind of hints at it throughout their music somewhat. I mean, you can reach and say Cardi because there's definitely some influence in there, but I wouldn't say it's like identical. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised 2-3 years from now, even the artists that he signed and the people that are getting signed from SoundCloud now sounds like that. That's what I mean. Like, I look at him. I don't rate a Chief Keef album. Do you?
Rate a Chief Keef
album?
Yeah.
You just listen to it because you understand Chief Keef is like, man, fuck it. I'm for the streets. I'm going to drop whatever I want. That's how I look at Trippy Red. I don't know if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my head. It's just like, he just does what he wants and people are going to love it regardless. Like, if Trippy, it would be easier to rate him if he had like okay, here's my rap song. Here's my R&B song. Here's my this. Like, clearly trying to bring together something here. He's like, no, this is me. This is my world. This is that's it.
For you to rate the album, you'd be kind of like rating him as a person overall.
That's how I view him.
I get what you're saying.
That's how I view him. Like, I'm not gonna rate a Chief Keef album. Like, that's not who he is to me. You know, but that can be confusing. But that's just how I view it.
Yeah. I can understand that now. Like, in the sense of like his sound is so. What's the word? Like, it's just him, and so you can't really like rate an album without rating him overall as a person, as an artist, whatever.
Yeah, because it's like Isaiah. Like, we had a whole argument about Isaiah, but the reason why I feel like you can rate an Isaiah is because it's like his rapping ability, like, that's not Trippy. Like, and that's why I said that I feel like we're gonna start getting into that more and more in music because it's just gonna be like, I feel like people are just gonna stick to this sound that they know they can't miss on, that they've made, and I feel like that's Trippy. Like, he's just building his fan base, making it tighter, and no one wants to leave. That's it. Building his cult, if you want to say.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't got too much to say. I feel like I start repeating myself. That's pretty much it. But shout out to Trippy. Great project. And once again, hands down, great cover art. Never fails. That's when you know he's about to go for real. Like, this cover art was fucking amazing. Life's a Trip was amazing.
Yeah,
like,
when I seen the cover, I was just like, oh yeah, this is about to be really good.
Fire. Shout out to this. What's next? Anything else musically, or we want to talk about some sports or something? Really casual episode today, man.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else like musically to talk about. I did want to mention Thug his new project dropping in October.
I didn't really like that single. That was an interesting single.
See, it was okay. The thing that I like about what Thug is doing right now, and he's done it before, and then never like dropped shit. So I hope something like it seems like something's actually about to drop this time, but it seems like he's really doing like a long term rollout because that album doesn't come out till October.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and he's done like the pink hair. He's getting really like deep into like this identity, you know. And then the song TikTok is straight, like it's cool. What I really wanted to talk about, and what I really loved was his fucking Tiny Desk shit. Yeah, like he snapped, and it just like highlighted yet again for Thug that he's really a one of a kind artist. Yeah, honestly. I mean, like he can literally do any genre he wants.
The only reason why he's not bigger, which I think 300 just came out and said, or I just talked to somebody, but I told you that Thug has never put enough time for the label to like get the buzz, get the rollout. It's always been next week. He's doing that, and now he's doing that. Like, you know, that's why
this is the longest rollout I've ever seen from this nigga.
Yeah, like, that's why. What was that project called again?
What? Oh, he's so much fun.
Yeah, that's why I did so well because it was actually a date. You got ready. He actually dropped it that day. I remember listening to him in high school, bro. It was random. Yeah. Tomorrow. Yeah. Like you know what I mean, or next week. It was.
And the shit would hit, but it was just like,
so sporadic.
It just sounded like it was just meant to drop like the next day type shit.
And I feel like that helped his fan base. Definitely did because like if you like Thug, you've liked him since those days, if not before. So in the sense of his influence and who he is as a person, this only helps him in his numbers. You know what I mean? Only helps him look better. But his music has never gotten worse, and not to me at least. It's only getting better. And I'm liking everything he's doing, man. With the whole YSL family, and he's dropped a lot of music this year. Dave dropped a lot of music.
We really got to talk about Thug as like a CEO because he's really like established a lot of young niggas that are really taking off. Like Gunna taking off, Key taking off. Even like Got It has his own like fan base. A lot. I didn't even realize that he has such a wide fan base, like such a there was people who actually like really fuck with him heavy like that.
If you YSL affiliate, you're straight. Just affiliate.
Like next up is his fucking his brother.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Shout out to YSL. I'm interested to see what happens by the end of this year with Punk and everything else.
I'm excited.
I want to hear how it sounds as well too.
I feel like we might get some different inclusions of artists on this album.
I can see
like
that.
The same.
Yeah.
The same like. Range of people. So Much Fun was very YSL as expected, but this something just tells me he's gonna take a different step with this one, just like he did with So Much Fun, but still like, I definitely think he has new heights to reach.
No, definitely. Like I said, I'm interested to see how the overall YSL turn out. How it ends because not end like overall, but by the end of this year because I think Gunna has more in him. Baby said this may have been a rumor or someone may have said the wrong word or whatever, but it was quoted. He was quoted saying that he's no longer freestyling. He's only gonna be writing now. I know he's not YSL. Stuff. He's 4PF, but like that to me is like when people like that does it, and of course they're that close. Gunna, everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if we start hearing Thug right now or Gunna writes and being competitive within each other and stuff like that. So
what other albums are we waiting for this year? I know Gunna is supposed to be dropping a project. Of course, we got Thug dropping.
That's another thing about music. Since it moves so fast, I never get excited for like shit. It's like like you said, this has probably been the longest rollout we've seen in honestly a long time, like overall for artists. Because maybe a month, but definitely not this fucking long. Well, he announced this last month or earlier this month, right?
Yeah.
And then he said for October, so that's 2 months, 2.5.
Yeah, I mean we've had like rollouts that are longer, but not like with the date.
That's what I'm saying. He literally gave us the date. Like
that's true.
That's crazy.
But I mean, like, to segue into Travis, because I just seen something about how he's kind of like rolling out his album with this the chains, the Utopia chains.
I think it's somewhat of a reach, but it's
you think so?
Yeah, I do.
Cause like he's Thug got one, Roddy got one. It all seems like people who are actually gonna be on the album.
I mean, it seems like people who would have guessed would have been on the album anyway. It's not like fucking Billie Eilish come out with a chain. Then you might have something like okay.
Has anybody crazy come out with a Utopia chain?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not to take away from the chain or what he has going on. That's definitely like a fire idea. But if you're gonna do people you're already affiliated with, to me, it's like okay.
So you think it's part of the rollout, but you think it just doesn't really mean anything because they're not surprise features. Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, the chains are hard though. Like them shits are clean, bruh. Like yeah, Roddy and Thug. I seen someone else with one though, but I can't remember. But
that's hard. That's hard. Excuse me.
He's rolling his shit out in a way, you know. I don't even know how I'm looking forward to the album, but I'm not sure how it's about to sound, because we always be like Travis isn't rapping or whatever, but on his last few features, he's been doing pretty decent.
Excuse me.
On the baby shit, on shit. Like,
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The only beef I really have with Travis, and I thought about it the other day when I seen him post about, giving back to I think kids in Chicago. I mean Chicago, my bad. Houston.
Yeah, from Dark Side Initiative. They basically his raffle for his shoes. They just donated all that money.
Yeah, that's fire. And I just thought about, like, why don't I like Travis? And we've had this discussion several times, and I'm just like, he's just pulling the Kanye too early for me. That's literally it. Like, he's working with so many people and putting the puzzle pieces together, but I want more of him still. And I was just like, I'm like, is that real beef? And I'm like, it's really not. But
it is, but it isn't, because it's just like the same shit we get mad at Kanye for, putting the puzzle pieces together and never finishing the puzzle. This nigga will finish the puzzle.
Yeah, but like, it's like different. Like, it's just different to me because I never feel like I got enough of Travis. Like, I'm sorry. It's like days before it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Days before and Rodeo. No, I'll say Birds in the Trap. It's like the most of Travis I've heard. Like, his vocals everywhere for the most part. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes he may get. I don't like that. Like, if it's any other artist, I don't give a fuck. We both know how much I like Travis and how much I loved him before. So it's like I just want more of him. I'd rather watch him, quote unquote, because he can't fail at this point. I don't care what nobody says, but quote unquote fail, giving me more of him, quote unquote. Like, he can't fail. But yeah, that's all. That's what? That's my biggest thing.
Do you think there's any like reason? You said what?
That's cool.
Congrats to
shout out for that. Yeah, like.
But I was about to ask, do you think there's a reason why outside of him just being a prodigy of Kanye, why he doesn't like put his?
I read this article forever ago that Travis is probably one of the most insecure rappers ever, and maybe because I read it so early that it's always stuck with me, but I feel like I see it. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, 'cause I hate like bringing up articles and then like it be completely fucking wrong. But
I mean, it's not really wrong. It's someone's opinion. So
yeah.
It's just
So
like,
if I wanted to, give this some leeway, I feel like I've seen it. And they had a whole YouTube video, I think, and it was basically showing how Travis never looks at the camera. He does a little bit better now, but he's always down, looking down, hat covering his face, looking down. And then ever since I watched that YouTube video, if you watch a lot of his music videos, even he's featured in, his face is covered. Or he's looking down. Yeah. In the remix of Hot, when he came out Burning, he's looking down. Like, just burning. Like, or his face, playing with his face. And I'm like, okay, maybe that might be true. He could be insecure. Whatever. He'll figure out himself. That's between him and himself. But then musically, I feel like I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
I think it's like a case of like, hey, I've done... This is all just a reach. It could be a reach. I just want to. I want to
reach time. Reach time to finish off the episode. Reach time.
I feel like he's done so much outside of music that now music is kind of like I gotta play it somewhat safe because I've had these extraordinary numbers. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't, afford to experiment that much because my numbers can't miss. Then that's what I think he's gotten himself into, and which Kanye does now too as well. So there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not taking away from it. I just feel like he's doing it. What album is he in now? His 6th, 5th?
We got Days Before. That counts as an album, right?
No,
it doesn't. It doesn't. So no one counts.
But we're giving Days Before.
I don't know if it counts.
I don't think that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It was a mixtape. It was a mixtape. You're right. Because he just redropped it. It was Rodeo, Birds in the Trap, Astro World.
So he's on his 5th or 4th. Which
4th.
One?
This is his 4th studio album.
Like, that's not fair.
Studio album, you gotta say that.
Yeah.
That's not fair to me. So you mean I got 2 albums of just you? And that was before you was really blown up? That's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah, Birds in the Trap. Yeah, it's just 4.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying.
But I don't know, like in the same like token of what you're saying, like you said it earlier before you went into his insecurity situation, that he's been doing better about like his pictures, showing himself more, and also been doing better with his rapping. So maybe he's turning a corner on his confidence.
Mike Dean said that it's supposed to sound Al Farrow like, and that shit made me cry. So if he just goes back in that time period, I don't give a fuck. That's just gonna be hard. So Click.
But then the
hold on,
thing
click
is,
this.
I
Can you
didn't
do this?
like the first single.
Can you? I know it was a little random, but can you drag Astro World to a different tab and then tap and drag Birds in the Trap in a different tab? I just want to see something. Like I just want to see the track list.
Uh-oh.
He literally did nothing, and I gave him the exact instructions. He said, "Uh-oh."
He said,
Too much pressure. He nigga folded, bro.
I'm saying, bro.
I walked him through how to do this shit, bro.
Come on, man. Nah. There you go. There you go. There it is. Yeah. Now just click Birds in the Trap.
Yeah.
Just
click that one.
Yeah. There you go.
No,
There
just,
you go.
cool. Thank you very much, Levi.
And then view 10 more. You see where it says that? Yeah.
All right,
okay.
cool. So, Butterfly Effect doesn't count. That song was way out before the album. Coffee Bean, excellent. Can't Say has Don Toliver. Astro Thunder, that's him. 5%. Doesn't it have a feature on it? Or by
No, that's just him. That's
All right,
just him.
cool. Skeletons, The Weeknd, Stop Trying to Be God. That has everybody on it. Sicko Mode, we already know. They put Sway Lee on it. Who, What, Quavo. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Literally half this album has features. And the big.
I mean, it's just more than half. There's only 5 songs with just him.
Look at this.
One,
But
five,
I'm not even. I'm not. I'm not
Stargazing,
mad at that.
Screw.
What I'm mad at is they're the biggest songs. That's what I'm mad at. You know what I mean?
Seven
now let's
songs,
go to
technically.
Birds in the Trap. Keep in mind, I'm gonna let the viewers know. Of course, Travis probably had a way less budget back in, and didn't have the back end that he probably has now. But anywho, The Ends with Andre 3000, fire. Coordinate. I'm gonna say fire, but I can argue say not fire. I can argue. Beebs in the Trap, fire. He definitely gave that shit to Nav. I think that was a setup for Nav. On God, Sweet, fire. First Take, amazing. Don't even care for Bryson Tiller's part. Amazing. Pick Up the Phone was a fucking bop.
It was. But the thing here, again, it's still like the same thing. There's only 4 songs where it's just him.
But hear me out. They're good songs without features. I feel like the songs on Astroworld that are him, no one cares about. And that's what I don't like. Like Coffee Bean is fire.
Yeah.
Like that's a beat, instrumental, voice, everything, but no one cares about that. You got Drake. Fuck all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
SDP Interlude, fire. Outside, fire. What 21? But Travis did his thing. You feel me? Still Pick Up the Phone. What was that? 6-minute song? 5-minute song?
4-minute song.
Which one was I thinking about? Oh no, I'm thinking about 3500. Wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
But Pick Up the Phone. Still did his thing. Loose, fire. A little different direction, but it was still fire. Wonderful. The Weeknd was on that, and Travis definitely still did his thing.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. Like the big songs from Birds in the Trap, I think Travis kind of outshined the features anyway. Yeah, and versus Astroworld, I think
because of the other people.
Yeah, I just don't like that.
It's the discussion we've had a bunch.
Yeah.
We won't know until it comes out, but it's seeming like he's turning a corner with this Utopia project, and I hope what you said, what Mike Dean said about it being Al Farrell like is true, because that was a great sound that we didn't get enough of.
Yeah, because everybody was trying to fucking bite his dick, like, oh, he sounds like a knockoff Kanye with Cudi, like. Bro, Al Farrell was extremely dark.
That shit was
if
a
anything,
different level.
you may say I'm reaching, but if anything, it was very pre-Yeezus like.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
but I mean,
anyone
that-
who really looks at it will say that Al Farrell influenced Jesus.
Yeah, so like, but I mean, Kanye did say that too. So
Yeah,
he did
so-
say Travis helped a lot on Yeezus, and Travis also helped a lot on that
But niggas
Jay-Z
just
album.
ignored that.
Yeah.
But he did help a lot on
that Jay-Z
Magna
album.
Carta.
Yeah, what year was that?
I can't remember.
Because that was
Look
the
up
same time
Magna Carta.
he was still.
Look up Magna Carta.
Yeah, look up Magna Carta and then look up Yeezus. I just want to know when they came
Al
out.
Farrell was 2013. Magna Carta was also 2013, 2 months later.
And then Yeezus was when? 2016, 15? 14.
Yeah, it's like 14. It wasn't 2016.
Yeah, I know it was I was tripping. That was SoundCloud fucking Hall of Fame.
Jesus was 2013.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm right.
Oh,
yeah.
so
it was literally because I was trying to remember if Jay-Z was first, but he was first, right?
No, it was Al Farrell, and then it was Yeezus, then it was Jay-Z.
Then Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Go back. Damn,
Jay-Z
maybe-
was July.
Maybe I was listening to the Yeezus so much back then.
Yeah, and then
So
go
okay.
back again. Yeah, see, Al Farrell was May, June, July. Them niggas dropped it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow, right after
like it
each
literally
other.
makes sense. I was like, no one's giving the credit where it's due, but like
Yeah,
Al
Travis
Farrell definitely sounded, but he said that I remember because Big Stan here. He was like, that's when the beef started, where he was like, Jay-Z for the old niggas, Jay-Z need the young niggas, and then I don't know if that actually became beef or tension or whatever, but he worked on Magna Carta, and that sounded extremely dark for a Jay-Z album. Not extremely dark overall, but extremely dark for a Jay-Z album.
Definitely.
And I definitely think he got. I mean, I still think that's one of his best projects of late. Like, and he dropped 2 albums since then, maybe 3, if I'm not mistaken.
You talking about Jay-Z's best projects?
And I still think this is in top 1, bro. Hands down, Justin Timberlake's feature on this song. And then fucking was it Oceans with Frank, right?
Yeah, Oceans is a beautiful song, bro.
Oh my god.
And then fuck me, you know I got it, bro. First time that shit played, that shit hits so crazy.
What was it? The
Crown.
Beach is Better, bro. I wish that song was longer. Bro, this album is fucking great. So back to the Travis era.
And a lot of people don't like this album. It's just
really
crazy. Yeah.
Really?
This isn't one of his highest rated albums, like at
all.
Like a lot of people.
I really think I'm an artsy hoe.
No, not even that.
I think I'm too artsy.
Because this album was younger than Jay-Z's main fan base.
True.
So that's the thing.
True.
Like, and
that's
a lot of people don't like a lot of new Jay-Z shit.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. But bringing it back to Travis, in no way, shape, or form, this was only brought up for the viewers to understand that he is extremely talented and clearly influential as hell. Outside of what we just brought up, auto-tune is at an all-time high. And it's because of him. And so if I ever got the chance to speak my mind, I'd be like, Travis, I've literally always been a fan of you, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I only want more of you. That's the easiest way I can put it. And to see Al Farrell to now, I just feel like we've gotten less and less per album. And I just don't really like that. When I know that he's always listening to the streets and he's always had the best... To some degree, I would say he's one of the best producers in the sense of, let me be very careful when I say this, and still making his sound, but meeting halfway with them. To me, you stepping into Kanye's world. With Trippie, you're stepping into their world. Travis, I think, does it very well to like, it's a blend. I definitely say it's a blend. I mean, you know, you got Astroworld. Astroworld is a perfect blend to me. And so,
is he still with Grand Hustle?
Yeah, he is, as a producer. He might be out of that. Look into it, but as a producer with T.I.
Astroworld was Grand Hustle.
It
It
was?
says it right there. Yeah. Cactus Jack, Grand Hustle, Epic.
Yeah. Wait, no, I'm bugging. I got that wrong. He signed to Grand Hustle as an artist. He signed to good music as a producer.
Yeah.
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 I mean, he's only put out 4 albums, so
there's thing T.I.
there's no way in hell he's
His
done with
life.
that. There's no way in hell he's done with that contract. He's only done 4 albums, so
Yeah.
It's the best thing T.I.
No, for real.
But why you think T.I. is living? What the fuck? He could be making 15% of Travis at 10, and he is great. So like,
No, for real.
But I'm not even gonna get into that because I don't know too much about numbers and shit. But yeah, man, Travis, Utopia is gonna be what it is. Like, I'm fine if it's more Travis, and maybe he had not do much commercial success because he still can speak shit about everything else that's done commercial success.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do think my approach is very emotional, artsy, indie approachy. So niggas want to sell records, niggas want to make hits and call that shit a day and make good
Very true.
music. You feel me? So,
But we'll see. We'll see how Utopia comes out, man. I mean, it's very mixy right now with the song that we heard from it, but then also the features that he's done, the transition. I don't know. We just gonna have to see how it sounds.
Not for real.
And then we'll leave it at that. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching, listening everywhere out there. Man, that's it. We are out of here.